on the poison bite ring, it should be okay. You can get a few hits in.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Probably.
Are you a defensive player in general, or?
It depends.
Oh yeah.
I sort of like mix both at the same time.
That denial though.
Like I'll be defensive when I have to be defensive, but as soon as like they start being offensive, I'll be offensive back.
I see what you're saying. You adapt your playstyle.
Since I have a great sword, if they charge me, I'll just smack them with a great sword a few times, and I'll win every time if they don't try to dodge.
How are you doing against that guy with the, what is that? Is that a katana? Yeah, that's a katana. I think it's a Dark Drift. How have you been doing against him? I think you fought him a few times.
I don't remember. I kind of all blurs together after a while.
Okay, because I don't think I've beat him once yet. He always switches to a club or something, and then,
Was it the guy I was just fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I beat him just fine. He used denial, but I caught him a blinding bolt at the end.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I mostly just... I caught him with a lot of throwing items. I caught him with a few urns. And, I used the spear's range.
Great fight.
Because he would swing at me, but then he would miss because I was a little bit further away. And I would hit him with the spear because it's got a longer range. And so I got a lot of counter hits, and that did a lot of damage, and then I just finished him up.
Actually, Blake just made me realize I don't use boss soul weapons at all. The only one I've ever really used is the Pursuer's Greatsword.
I don't use them at all either. I just Ornstein Spearman. That's the only one.
Like, there's some
Warp
really
Sword is the only one that I really like.
There's some really interesting ones that I'd like to play around with, like the Spider Silk. Like it's probably like a lot of them you really can't use as legitimate thing, but you could. I still kind of just want to use them.
I usually just
this is like a novelty thing.
I have all the boss souls and I won't consume them for souls because I might want the weapons someday, but then they just sit there. Like if you looked at me during the stream, like I just have all of the boss souls.
I use them when I need them because I know I can just ascetic them and get the boss souls again. There's a very few that I don't crunch though, just because they're annoying to fight.
Yeah, I only do that with the old Dragon Slayer and the Giant Lord, but I have a reason for the old Dragon Slayer one. It's because I have a personal rule that if I ever leave the Blue Sentinels, before I rejoin, I have to ascetic the bonfire in that room and fight the old Dragon Slayer again. It's not very hard, it's just kind of fun, I like to do it, so.
Yeah.
It's an excuse to fight the
I think the only one I really don't want to use is the Gargoyle one, because like it's not that hard to fight when you know what to do, and it's kind of fun, but it's a bit long, and I don't feel like doing that again.
This is the...
Spear.
He uses Crystal Magic Weapon on a Dark Drift or something?
Yeah.
Some katanas?
Yeah, it's a Dark Drift.
Oh, Dark Drift.
What?
Well, I always open with Blinding Bolt, and then I usually have... I'm either even or like have a small advantage, or sometimes a large advantage if I get really lucky. Let's see.
You know, I don't mind the Phantom Range sometimes, but that last fight was a little bit much for me.
Like the one, the one where literally none of it hit me on my screen.
Yeah, that one was ridiculous too. This one I was 10 feet away. I was 10 feet away.
Ah.
And
that was a little Phantom Range, but that I'll put up with. Like that was close. That looked like the tip could have might have barely hit me, but.
I'm okay with it as long as it's just like I don't care how far it is as long as it's just one hit. Once it starts getting like comboing me with Phantom Range, that's when I just don't want to deal with it anymore.
Or if it's like
I don't think that
they're
the
hitting
sword is
this
that
one
bad,
fight
actually.
I had like a couple fights ago. Literally just one hit, one hit, one hit, one hit over and over again. I was rolling it on my screen. I was far away enough, but no.
Yeah, I had that happen before.
And then he front stabbed me, but that's a different story.
I think my favorite things though are guard breaks.
I think the Santos has extra Phantom Range.
I think my favorite things are the guard breaks that happen even when your shields are down. Just because you put it down, but on their screen it was still up.
Yeah.
That's awkward. I never used shields, so I wouldn't know.
I used to use my Great Shield a lot in PvP, but then I decided it was more fun to just power stance the Great Swords. It used to be plus 15 Great Shield, plus 15 Fire Great Sword. Now it's plus 15 Lightning Great Shield or Great Sword and Fire Great Swords.
Let's try this.
That sounds fun.
At one point,
I
I was offhanding the fire greatsword, and I had a fire claymore in the right hand.
Mr. Ninja. Or no, my
It's pretty
ninja.
fun.
My ninja? Yeah, my ninja is fun. Desert sorceress.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
seeing-
he's got
What?
his knife. Don't see people with that. Oh.
Okay, that was interesting.
Ooh, that Sanctum Mace has some good damage. I think I'm gonna try pairing the Sanctum Mace with the
Oh.
Warped Sword.
Yeah, that
See how
was
that goes.
interesting.
That was very interesting backstab there. It's like Dark Souls 1
Facing
stuff.
forward and 5 feet away.
Facing forward, 5 feet away, gets backstabbed. I'm not really mad, I'm more impressed than mad.
That's basically, if you were to make a book about Dark Souls PvP, that's a very good title for it.
I'm not even mad, I'm just impressed.
I meant the
I would buy that.
backstab thing, but that works too.
A story of
Yeah, but I would buy
Dark
that.
Souls 2 PvP. Oh, this
I
is
think
the
my
Dark
favorite
Drift guy.
thing to get killed. My favorite thing to get killed by is definitely the gimmick builds that don't want, like, they're not meant to win.
Yeah, getting killed by somebody dual wielding ladles is gotta
Yeah.
be fun.
Ladles.
I remember
Oh,
one
it
person
happens
came in and just
Dragon
started
Tooth.
hitting me with the torch.
Oh,
Hey,
And
this
we
time
ended
he
up having
buffed his
about a
Dragon Tooth,
10-minute
that's
long
different.
torch battle.
yes, I did the same thing once with some guy.
Ow.
He just invaded me in the Lost Vesture right before the bell tower, and he ran to the bonfire, lit his torch, and he gestured at me to do the same. And we just smacked each other until his ran out, and then we just punched each other. It was
That's
amazing.
great.
Why are torch fights not more
Why
of a
is
thing?
that not a thing?
I don't know. I've never found somebody that does fun stuff like that on PC.
Like,
It's only
there's
been
a
on
way,
PS3.
There's a way to, like, mark, like, oh, we're having a fight club, and you just put down a bunch of prism stones. There needs to be a way to mark torch fights only.
Torch fights only. How would you do that?
Yeah.
What would be your chosen marker for torch fights only?
You, like, go to an area with a lot of torches that you can light, and you just light them all, I guess? I don't know.
Oh, denial!
GG.
Oh,
Like the
denial
gutter
saved him
or
from
something.
Wog! That
That was-
was really interesting. Not in the bad way interesting, like, actually, that was a cool way to counter, Wog, is use denial.
I suppose the marker for torch fights only is just use a flame butterfly when he sees you.
Yeah. Wave at him and then use
And,
a
like,
flame
put away your
butterfly,
weapons.
and then, like, gesture,
After all-
come
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah, after all, seeing all these people that just don't want to have fun at all, it is nice to find people like that that just want to
Yeah.
duel with a torch or
Or chameleon to an urn and hide on a bridge.
yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's just for fun.
I remember reading about
Those are
some
the best
guy
people.
who, like, chameleoned with 2 other people and an invader and hides and just raced around hides as boxes.
I heard about some people who set up they dressed up as the gang squad from the DLC and ganked people like that.
Oh,
And
that would be
people weren't
great.
even mad because it was such a good cosplay.
It'll be perfect in the next DLC. This might be
Yes.
spoilers, but there's a ring thing.
Yeah.
Did I say
I
it?
know what you're
Thing,
talking about.
Not specifically a ring.
There's a
I-
ring that makes you look human even when you're in a phantom form.
Oh
So
god,
if
it's like
they
the white
use
ring
that
but for
that gang
humans.
squad
Yeah, but
thing,
for
it would look
humans.
just like the boss.
I actually
That
was
would be
trying to
great.
talk my friend. Like, I don't like ganking, but I was trying to talk my friends into all equipping the white ring, and just running out after an invader, like all as phantom, so he doesn't know which one is the host.
Well, the
Oh
name
yeah, I've
pops
seen
up,
that
though,
done.
at the
That's
beginning.
pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
But sometimes you're not paying attention, and then they do that, and then you're like, wait, which one's the host? Oh, I just walked off
Yeah.
the freaking... I
Yeah,
walked
like,
off
normally
the
the host is the
platform
one
in
who's, like,
platform arena.
hiding back while the phantoms play aggressive, so the host would have to be running up and being aggressive, and it's just things like that.
Oh. Oh, that was fun. I'd say that's legitimate.
Yeah. Like, again, I don't really like ganking, but it'd be funny to just try and see it,
Yeah.
how well it would work.
Or if you're... I think it's okay if you're cosplaying a boss in general to, like, set up a
Yeah,
gang squad.
like the Ornstein and Smo people
The
and
Ornstein
Dark
and
Souls
Snow
1.
Oh,
people
those
were
were great.
great. I loved them.
Yeah. Artorias and Syrian. I still
Oh,
can't
really? I
pronounce their
never
names
saw
properly.
Artorias and Tyrion.
My
Actually,
friend and
I
I did
think-
it, actually.
I think in some deleted audio files, Kieran pronounces her own name as Kieran, with like a weird emphasis
Kieran.
on A.
It makes sense, because her mask does look pretty foreign, so it would make sense if she pronounced things like that.
Well, it's her own name.
I'm trying
so,
to avoid
I mean...
being horribly racist here. I accidentally. But I know it's going to happen.
Accidental racism is the best racism.
But yeah, it's like I could see how it could be pronounced like that. But yeah, just like my friend and I did that. We were Artorias and Siren.
Well, that's cool. Like, I wouldn't be mad if
I remember
I got
seeing
ganked by Artorias and Kieran.
Yeah.
Or Siren or whatever.
Let's see, I know somebody, I think it was on Ty's stream, somebody ganked as the Dragon Riders. They waited up on the rooftop of the bell tower, surrounded like in an arena of prism stones, and they had an armor in the middle that you had to beat them to earn the armor. And the way they set it up was they would just stay there like the boss, and then as soon as you walked past the prism stone line, they would activate and come after you.
Wait, where was
they did that
this?
with the DLC boss that I saw too.
The bell tower?
In, the bell tower, yeah. On PC. I don't know if they were doing it on their own or if they were doing it specifically because he was streaming.
Weirdly timed
or what, but it was definitely fun.
It was a good fight. Yeah, no one really expects the Dragon Slayer Spear R2. It comes out at such a weird time. He rolled right into it.
Oh, God, that thing's brutal.
I'm trying to think of like some sort of gank cosplay that hasn't really been done yet. And I can't. My brain is not focusing on this.
I've seen Ruined Sentinels. Could you do skeleton?
Well, that's kind of boring
because
because they all look the same. I don't know, but you can't look like a skeleton, so...
You can get their armor, and you do look ridiculous.
Okay,
I guess
so
you
why
put the
don't
dark
you do a
mask on
skeleton
for the...
lords gank? That'd be funny.
Maybe.
What would you do when you died, though? You couldn't just summon NPCs. You could, like, try to throw an alluring skull as you die or something. But...
I haven't actually seen Throne Watcher and Throne Defender, but I know that they're out there.
I saw a Throne Watcher. Like, someone dressed up as the Throne Watcher invading in front of the Throne Watcher.
Oh, I thought you meant like 2 Throne Watchers.
Yeah, the armor looks good, but when you put the helmet on, then you just look like a lamppost. The Drakeblood armor is really good. Some people have modded it to make it look like the fluted set from Demon Souls. So I know some old veterans will really be happy with that.
I mean, like, I like the fluted set, but it's just... That can't be effective armor, like, in a realistic situation.
No, probably not.
The sword would just catch that and would just break your neck.
Yeah, but people really like it, I guess.
It's interesting, I will say that.
Stop with the backstab.
Throne Watcher robes and gauntlets and leggings. Yeah, I know that. I really like the look of Brandon's build, actually. It's, I think, Throne Watcher armor. I'm not sure what the pants are, but I know that it has the Dragon Acolyte mask, or, you know, one of those, the one that has the weird covered face.
The
space helm, the one that looks like you vomited in the space helm.
The Acolyte.
Am I alive?
Yes.
That one.
I'm
and
alive!
with Pavel's
I
gauntlets.
understand you're no way there,
The gauntlets
sir.
look just so good when you're punching. Just because you have these big chained fists that are being used as the weapons.
I haven't actually done much like fashion in Dark Souls 2 because I need the poise for the greatsword build, so I just use the Vingarl set.
I mean, to be
But
fair,
if I ever make a second
he was
character for
fishing for
PvP, I'm
backstab.
definitely
He tried like 3 or 4
going to
times.
find something that looks nice.
Well, I'm not sure if he was fishing. I don't know how much he was fishing. I wasn't really paying attention.
I kind of wish Dark Souls 2 had the amazing randomly generated faces Dark Souls 1 did, where you just click random 5 million
yeah,
times.
that was great. And then you
Yeah, that
click
was the
similar
best.
50 times, and it ends up as something stupid.
Yeah. I used my auto clicker on my mouse for like 2 minutes on that thing, and I got the most ridiculous things. I'm actually going to let me see if I can find one. Like, it was definitely a face that if you saw it in real life, you would just be like overcome with emotion.
Emotions, huh?
Yeah.
Overcome with emotion.
Just not gonna say which emotion, but definitely an emotion. You have links on in your chat, right? Like I can post it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't disabled